We have a red light at the Green Means Go channel, and it might change my life, and I feel okay saying that. Tonight was interesting. I had a long discussion with my wife. I mean, probably the longest since pre-marriage. You know, life comes at you fast. You quit your job, you start creating content, your wife continues to work, you have a kid, you're a stay-at-home dad, but you're also trying to grind content because you want to provide for your family and do your part. You know, things happen. My wife has not been happy. And we've been okay, but she really hasn't been herself. And so tonight, we just talked about it. And I was already stressed about this. I get stressed about this because it's not a risk-free. If you want to put it in gambling perspectives, my content creation is not a risk-free bet. I do not get my money back if this fails. But I do think it's plus EV. I do think I have an edge in terms of taking the risk to do this because I do think long-term it will pay off. Maybe I believe in myself, which feels so weird to say because it's not something that I typically accept. So creating content stresses me out only because of the fact that I need to provide and because of what we're going to talk about today. All this is intertwined. And I got a message on Discord from someone that I don't know, someone who just found me watching my videos and has communicated with me within the last week just about things he likes, appreciates. And that means the most. That kind of interaction, that kind of support means more than anything as it relates to the content space. There is nothing that brings me more joy within this than someone going out of their way to tell you that you have brightened their day. Nothing beats that euphoria. And so that's what I strive to do. Now, I'm cursed because the opposite, insults, put downs, especially ones that are reasonable, hurt the worst. Like if you're talking about somebody who just comes in my comments reckless and it's just off the wall and there's no intelligence behind it, it's just pure internet trolling, that doesn't bother me. So what hurts is when there are people that I respect or recognize or are approaching a conversation politely, when they tell me they don't agree with my content or they don't like my content or whatever. I got this message first. I'm going to show you this message I got first, and I'm going to tell you why it hurt. And then I'm going to talk about the message I got later, which is yin and yang, which is night and day, which is the antithesis of what hurt me today. I made a video today. I was downtrodden. I made a 20-minute video with 2 minutes of substance and 20 minutes of just yap, just absolute nothingness. There was a bird here. I talked about it. I showed you guys, again, my stink bug collection. I think I showed you this again. Is this the first time you guys have seen this? Doesn't matter. I did not really have any ideas today, and I was stressed about it because I want to give content that people want. I made that video, and I get that it has a purpose. I am going to respond to your comments. I'm going to take it serious. I'm going to make that worthwhile. But that was kind of a filler video because I knew I needed to get back in the groove, make something. And there's a lot of good comments. There were some funny ones. I saw like, do you like a McRib? I don't want to spoil it, but let's say I'm not jumping up and down when it hits the menu again. We'll just put it like that. Funny ones, serious ones, I'm going to answer them, but I got one comment that I thought about above any of the other ones. So here it is. It's from Michael. And before we read it, that's right, get rid of it. I want to talk about Michael because Michael means something to me. If it's the Michael I think. Back when I did Dinger Tuesday last year, I believe, and if I'm wrong, forgive me, Michael, I believe you were the Twitter guy who followed me on Mike Talkman. And every week you'd be like, are you going Talkman this week? And I'd be like, I don't like the matchup. And we had something, Michael. And I remember his name from Twitter, from these YouTube comments. He is someone who engages with the community. That's what I'm after. Okay, so let's pull the comment back up. Are you ever going to do videos with research-supported picks again? Loved your videos up until about week 15 of NFL season. And then you disappeared and changed to something. I don't know what. But I do know I don't bother listening to all these rants on general stuff. Trying to stick with you, but finding it a challenge. Will you at least bring back Dinger Tuesday picks if FanDuel offers it again? And it hurts because he's right. Because at week 15, I started something. At week 15, which probably corresponds about to 2025, I said, I need to make the videos I want to make that bring me joy, that I don't feel like fit into a box. And so I'm kind of stepped out of the gambling pick videos, that kind of thing, because I don't love the way that I talk about that. I'm not myself. I'm a bit bizarre. And yeah, that would come out in those videos, but not so much. And I have to love this. Now, Dinger Tuesday, I love. I enjoy it top to bottom. It's one of my favorite promos. It's one of my favorite videos. It's routine. It's tradition. Michael, yes. Dinger Tuesday, if FanDuel brings it back, 1,000,000% will be back. And I may even add other home run-esque videos throughout the week. I just want to be at a place where I can create the content that I want without worrying about how the audience receives it. And when someone that, and I'm not mad at you, Michael, not a bit. I thank you, actually. Someone that I value as my community saying, I don't like the direction you are going. As a people pleaser, oh, buddy. I mean, you may as well cut me off at the kneecaps. That's horrible. That's my nightmare. To have someone that you respect look at you and say, I like the old you. I miss the old GMG. Straight out I miss the, what's that? How's that song? I probably shouldn't be singing that right now. Forget I said anything about that guy. That hurts because it says Michael doesn't like me. If I have been more myself since week 15 and Michael isn't down with it, Michael just might not be my audience unless it's about Dinger Tuesday. But I can't accept that. I want to please Michael. I want to get on my knees, Michael. I'm trolling. I'm joking. Guys, no. But that's who I am, right? I'm weird. And I much more enjoy making videos when I can say things that I would say in my real life when I'm not being recorded. Instead of being like, today the wind at Coors Field is blowing out 12 miles per hour. Oh, we've got a righty on the mound. This is only his second outing in the MLB. In the first one, he pitched 3 strikeouts over 5 innings and got shelled for 7 ERA. Well, you see, I love 2 lefties in this matchup for the Colorado Rockies. Ryan McMahon at plus 400 is certainly not EV to the market, as Port Shop would let me know. But I like the matchup. I can do that. But at my core, that's not who I am. I'm not an originator. I don't put a ton of stock into squeezing out marginal amounts of expected value based on what one book says over the other, right? Like it has value. Of course, positive expected. This is not one of those videos. I get EV works, but I think sometimes there's some people who take it so seriously. It's not me. That's not the kind of person I am. I'm a feel EV. I'm a feel EV guy. So then I got another message, and I don't want to say it changed my life because I think that would be saying too much, but it might end up being the thing that changes my life. Because at this current time, I was having a conversation with my wife about our future. That sounds like we're not getting a divorce, not at all. About what we should do as a family. Because I want to pursue this, but she is not happy working and being away from our daughter. And very, very, very long story short, I don't want to spoil it, but the people who have watched it this far are the ones who deserve to hear this news because you are part of a community that I want to grow. So I'll tell you guys first. Bury this nugget in here, this gem. My wife, we talked, and we think that it's probably best for her to quit her job. Now, what does that mean? It means that when I talk to people who inevitably are going to ask, even though it's none of their business, I'm going to have to say, I create content for a living. And I'm going to have to face whatever they throw at me, whether that's questions, whether that's, judgment. I have to be okay with that. And without getting too much into things that aren't your business, she will go back to work when my daughter goes to school, right? And we'll pick up where we are financially, and that will be fine. But it's tough when she works all day. I try to work all day, but also try to watch a kid. Then she gets home, and I want to immediately work, and I want to immediately make a video. So she's had a stressful day, and then she gets home, and she's got to watch the kid. That's not fair to her, but I'm trying to do stuff so that hopefully I can make enough money that she can quit her job that she's not happy at, so she can be happy. So it's all connected. We're all just looking at a bunch of shadows. And today I finally felt like I turned around, as Plato says in his allegory. Yeah, the long story is that my wife, I think, is going to quit teaching. We're going to have a schedule. So we can be a family at night, and I'm not a content creator at night because that's the only time I have when my daughter's occupied. And so I hope, as it relates to you guys, the quality of my videos increases. They may not. They may be just like this, but they're going to be hopefully more free and more myself. I didn't even tell you about this message that I got, which is very important. So again, this was just from somebody that I mentioned at the beginning of this video who has reached out in the past, don't know him. And he says, and I understand, this was 3 hours after Michael's message. So I'd been thinking about what Michael is saying with the pressure of what Michael's saying to make content that people will actually watch so that I can make money so that my wife can quit her job because my wife is miserable. Well, now we talked about my wife possibly quitting her job. And in order for me to also be happy and not feel like I have to make the videos and make the money and do all that, I needed to see this. So my wife just had to come check on me because I was laughing so hard about the fact you went from TikTok to the Hawk to returning from the break without a shirt in the span of 20 seconds. And that's me. That's weird. I mean, that's not normal behavior. That's not handicapper, here's my A team and my B team. Make sure you opt in. It's not my sports betting personality. There's not a lot of weird sports betting people who are just like, dude, that guy's bizarre. Or they're not really a sports betting person. They're like a personality. I don't want to be a personality. I just want to be myself. Should we write that down? What's the plan? The plan is Michael, am sorry. I am going to continue to make the videos that I want to make in the style that I want to make them. And if that means you have to stop watching everything except Dinger Tuesday, I understand, Michael, and I'm not mad at you for it. If you want to pop back in when you see a attention-grabbing title and thumbnail, you can join us. But if you want to walk because I'm not worth the time, that's fair. And I can't hold on to that. And I appreciate your honesty. But I can't adhere to it because then I have messages like this that said they appreciated how whatever it was. I do these videos often because that's who I am. And we are going to roll. And we're going to see where this journey takes us. And you're going to be mad you got in early like Trump coin, like jail coin. Don't sell. Hold GMG. Hold GMG to the moon.